third little story I want to tell with you, and this is not in the book. And the reason it's not in the book is that things develop so fast in this world right now that you really get a snapshot. But the week before last, I went to the Solar Decathlon. The Solar Decathlon is a deal on the mall in Washington, D.C., where these colleges come and they build solar homes, which are essentially zero, net carbon zero homes, and they're 800 square foot, these prototypes. And it was so cool to go see what these students had built from scratch. And I walked in, I remember the University of Maryland, and I met this young woman who studied architecture, and she looked about 13, and I was asking her about this, and in 10 minutes, she expounded on the energy use of this thing she had designed. I mean, it was like I was talking to Einstein. I was just so blown away of what they've done. One little technology from the University of Munich, they had a house there with these really cool louvers, which would track the sun, and they put PV cells on the louvers, and it was really this handsome, and they actually won. They had the most efficient home. But they had a system of insulation in their home using paraffin. And I would think you wouldn't use paraffin for an insulator, but what they found out is you use this paraffin stuff, and paraffin, when it melts, when it goes through a phase change, when anything goes through a phase change, there's enormous energy. Like steam is 6 times has more energy than boiling water. So when paraffin melts, there's an enormous source of energy that it basically takes in, so it acts as this incredible insulator. And these kids had put this in the walls, basically, and found a way to have this amazing insulation system. So what these 3 stories tell me is that there are a lot of geniuses around, and a lot of those geniuses are on the cusp of developing commercialized systems. And so we wrote this book to tell these stories. And we thought, when we started writing it, that we were writing a book about the economy. And we were wrong. What we were really writing a book about was hope. Because it's hope that's really in short supply right now. After 6 years under a president who, could not understand global warming if you hit him over the head with a 2x4. After living through an administration that has, essentially cut funding, the president went to the Boulder National Renewable Labs to give a speech, and someone pointed out to him the day before he got there, his budget had fired 50 of the best scientists in the nation. And when he got there, they rehired him that morning because they didn't want to be too embarrassed. So we have been a nation that has, been on a little surfeit of hope. And so our book, and the nice thing I've heard about it from the people who've read it, is that it really gives people what Starbucks would call a double shot of hope. And that hope is very well justified. Because if we play our cards right, we have the capacity to bring some of these technologies, many of these technologies, to fruition to create jobs. And I believe that's going to happen.